Ono minuti with Ile Tula, 6 minutes after 5 here on the 685 show, PM in Samoa, 5:31 PI. Today in the studio, we are thrilled to welcome a Samoan music artist, Louisa Woo-Ching, better known as TEINE HAMO, rising to prominence after winning Samoa's Star Search competition in 2020. TEINE HAMO has been making waves in the music industry. In addition to her growing music career, she has established her own recording studio as well as launching a successful photography business. She's got an upcoming show which we will talk about later in our Humble Chat segment. But for now, I'd like to welcome you to the show this afternoon, sis. Welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I was looking forward to this all day.
Brilliant.
I'm a big fan of you, Lanialo.
Thank you, sis.
As I've mentioned 100 times. But yeah, so nice to be here today.
Awesome. Hey, as we do with all our guests, before we kick off and get into the business end of our catch up this afternoon, if you could share with us a bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, villages that you represent, or matua, and all of that good stuff. Yeah, while nofsilafia mole fafonga tatu tunu malenga falwalu, Louisa.
Yeah, for those who do not know me, my name is Louisa Petrina Woo-Ching. A lot of my followers and my people know me as TEINE HAMO. I was born in Samoa. Le nu'umatalasi o siufanga falatai, taufusi, and lalovaya and momoa. I was raised in Pangopango, American Samoa. I stayed in Tafuna for a period of 19 years before I came to New Zealand, and just to be accustomed to the world and see what it's like outside of the islands. And that's how I found out that I could make a career in music.
Awesome.
Thus, TEINE HAMO was born.
Brilliant. Let's get straight into it. 2020, you take the crown, winning Samoa Star Search, which is probably like one of the top, if not the only, talent programs in Samoa.
Definitely.
And a lot of amazing stars, including yourself, have come from, have graduated from that scene. Tell us about that experience. What was it like, obviously going through Samoa Star Search, but then to come out on top at the end of it?
In American Samoa, Pangopango, we didn't have that kind of platform to go and that kind of opportunity. So when me and my mum, we traveled to Samoa, basically she was trying to drop me off here to New Zealand.
Right.
Because I had schools and stuff like that scheduled. But then the coronavirus spread out during that time. And that was the same time that Star Search rolled over.
True.
And so I just told my mum, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I can't really remember, but I think our tryouts was on a Saturday.
Right.
And so my mum, being a mother, she didn't want me to be disappointed. She did, just in case we're gonna get lucky, stuff like that. She didn't want me to go on it and be disappointed. But in my heart, I was like, you can do it. You can do it. But throughout the entire experience, I've grown to know that it was not easy. It took a lot of mental discipline. It took a lot of dietary restrictions just to vocal stuff like that. Shout out to my auntie Eme Eteru. She was my vocal coach throughout all of that. Yeah, it was very hard.
Yeah, what is that? What is the process like? Because we all see Star Search, we see the videos and the program when it comes online and on TV, but what do you actually have to do?
Oh yeah. So we had these practices on Wednesday or Tuesday, I can't really remember.
Yeah.
And so judges will be there, and then you would perform your song selection, and then they will determine whether that is a good selection or not.
Right.
So they would be assisting all of the contestants throughout the competition. And if it's one single mistake during the performance, that could really deteriorate your chances.
Yeah.
And so it was just really no pressure,
Yeah.
but pressure.
But heaps of pressure.
But pressure, yeah. Yeah. That's what it was like.
True.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, at the in the final when they announced your name and you know you'd come out on top, talk us through those feelings.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous because my the person that I was competing against, her name is Mary Jane. She's out of this world. She's
Yeah.
very, very talented, you know.
Mm.
Her range is just so when I stood there on stage and just really waiting, my heart was outside of the door,
Yeah.
just pounding and pounding. When they announced my name, I was crying.
Yeah.
You know, but my mum was just in the background laughing at me and giving me a thumbs up like, you got it.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And has music always been like a thing for you growing up, or is it something that you've just kind of picked up as you've grown older? Or tell us about your inspiration for your music.
My love for music started at a very young age. My parents, they serve in an AOG church. So I joined the praise and worship team at around 12 years old,
Wow.
11 years old.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to learn the piano, the bass, the drums, all kinds of instruments. And it gradually went from there. So I started with gospel and then gradually went into other genres.
Cool.
Yeah, that's basically how it was. Yeah.
Nice. Now, fast forward to now or today, and I've seen, just looking across your YouTube page, doing really well with a whole lot of releases over the past few years. As I mentioned in the intro, you've launched your recording studio. Was it last year or was it the year before?
It was last year.
year.
It was last
I
year.
remember launching your studios last year. Tell us about the studio and how that's going. The name of your studio, Whaalawiloa Koelo Studio, for anyone who might be listening.
So, yeah. So I do have a studio business. It's called TH Records, TEINE HAMO.
That's cool.
I started that studio because, you know, I wanted to get into the producer field and
Right.
see what it's like. Because a lot of people were telling me that it was really hard. And, you know, being a producer, when you go in to record a song, like, you got to spend money to get money.
Yeah.
And so I just came up with a business plan and just thought, what if I did my own and like offer resources to beginners, to like the youth that want to like try music
Yeah.
but don't really want to spend money.
Right.
So that's what that was my mindset when starting the record label and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to help the youth mainly because
Cool.
they want to do it but they don't know how.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Providing that
Yeah,
platform
yeah,
for them
you
to
just like, you know.
wet their feet a little and get into
Yeah,
it.
definitely. And with my recording studio, the first lesson is free.
Cool.
And your first song is free.
Nice. And who's been obviously you don't wake up one day and like I can record, like it's a learning process.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, tell us who, you know, any of like who's been helping you through that process or who's been mentoring you as not only in your production space but also as an artist.
Yeah, shout out to Ese. My brother Ese has been my number one supporter since in producing wise.
Yep.
I started with Ese TJ Records in 2021. And then when I told him, he was actually the one that helped me begin it because I was like,
Cool.
what do I need? And then Ese would ring me up, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. And so he's been giving me little by little lessons. And when I started learning, I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's really hard. It's
course.
not something you can just hop on the computer and like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's very complicated.
Yeah. And shout out to Ace. I gotta say he's a good friend of the show.
Yeah.
Shout out to those Ace as well as the Titch Records family. Always supporting our you know up and coming Samoan artists. Yeah, shout out to Ace. You now have the studio. Do you do a lot of your own? Like, do you produce your own stuff now, or as well as producing for other people, or do you still work with Ace? Or
I do all of them actually.
Nice.
Ta'umai was the first ever song that I produce myself.
Mean.
And for my content on Facebook, like a lot of the snippets and a lot of the covers, I do that in my studio.
Right.
But when I want to do my music professionally and wisely, I don't trust my talents.
It's tough,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. I was like, nah, it doesn't sound right. I always go back to Ace because he knows what I want.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
I know
music.
what you mean because it's like it's different when I'm in the same boat as when it comes to working for other people's music. You're in that producer mode. It's very easy to set aside the producer, but when it's your own stuff, you're like, nah.
I need something more than this.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. The photography business.
Yeah.
Where did your passion for photography? Is that just something you picked up along the way, or did you do photography first, or?
Photography is my entire life, really. If you look at my social media, I post every day.
Yeah.
Like it's either a selfie, someone else, or if you take a really close look, I'm always active. I'm always taking pictures, and I'm always like editing and stuff like that. And so for me, photography, it comes naturally. My photography business is named after my daughter, Violetta Photography.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So she was my model in the beginning. Aka. The whole day, just smile. I'm like, Mom, let's go home. So photography is just part of my life, to be honest. So it's easy to make a business out of something you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a really geeky question. What kind of camera are you shooting on?
Canon.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Team Canon. Brilliant. Malo. Look, you've got the show coming up. It's at Fia next Friday. Le so fo le so Friday le so toltasu IANUARI. Wild Out with TEINE HAMO featuring yourself. And special guest all the way from Australia, Marina Davis coming through, a good friend of the show as well. Tell us about the show, man. Where can we get tickets and all of the details.
Yeah, thank you, my bro. For anyone who is wanting to meet the Marina Davis, and we all know Miss Marina Davis is not cheap. She's very, very expensive. So $10 a ticket just to see her.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at the details now going, man, these people don't know what they're like. They're so lucky. So lucky.
Definitely. So it's $10 a ticket, prepaid tickets. And if you can't get a hold of a ticket, door sales is $20. And there's also a raffle, first prize, second prize, third prize, and raffles is $10 as well. But I'm telling you, those prices.
Yeah, you don't get to see Marina Davis and TEINE HAMO for $10, man. That's a bargain. Look, tell us about your what can we expect? What can we expect from TEINE HAMO? You know, you've got the show coming up. Off air, you mentioned you've got some tracks coming up. There's a single coming up that's been doing its rounds on TikTok for our TikTok family.
Alright, bro.
Give us a bit of insight. What can we expect from TEINE HAMO coming up?
You know, I'm a very, very, very outgoing person. I'm very humble. You know, the show is mainly it's basically like a snippet of what's to come.
Brilliant.
Like a variety of my music and things like that. I specialize in R&B, and soul, pop, but I'm trying to come out of that and try something new. You know, you know, music is an ongoing thing. You just grow as you go.
Yeah.
And with the help of Miss Marina Davis, she is my vocal coach. She's been getting me out of my...
Pause. Wait, we got to pause for a minute there. This guy, my vocal coach is Marina Davis. What a flex. Anyway, sorry, carry on. Yes.
Yeah, you know, when I was singing, I was very lazy with it. You know, I'll just sit and sing. But working alongside Miss Marina Davis, she'll just say it how it is. She'll just be like, I will get by Mike.
Yeah. It's got the real, like, Samoan auntie vibe.
Yo, straight up. Like, that mother type vibe.
Yeah.
She basically got me out of my shell.
Good.
And so I'll be singing professionally from now on.
Let's go.
Yo.
Let's go. That's exciting, man. You know, as we're talking about this and just hearing the excitement that you have for your talent, there will be others who are listening in, maybe some of our younger generation who are also wanting to pursue a career in music or even photography or, you know, anything in the creative arts. what's a key piece of advice that has been fundamental in your career and your success coming up? What's something that you can share from your experience for any of our younger generation who are listening in and want to pursue the same path?
Confidence. I feel like confidence is really key, because when I started this, I thought to myself, I can't do it. I've been wanting to do my passion ever since I was 16. Like, I wanted to do it at a very early age, but it's always self-doubt and things like that. But if you know that you can do it, do it. Don't wait till the next year rolls out, and as you get older and older, you start to regret. So I feel like if you have the passion, if you have integrity, if you have the dignity, and if you have confidence, just do it. You can't get anywhere without having a platform if you want to get out there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Over makes sense. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for your sharing this afternoon, and just to hear a brief glimpse at the journey that you've come through from Samoa, and now you're based here. It's very exciting to see, like I said, the passion, and you can hear it and you can see it in the way you talk. And so wishing you all the best for the show. We will post up the promo video, the promo for the show onto our PMN Samoa page. Mo la tau o loo whaafonga mai I le ne fiafi le tātou whatanoanga ma le tūwhine a TEINE HAMO. Ia o loo tā penha la tu konseti mātango fie o TEINE HAMO. Whapea foi le tūwhine a Marina Davis I le vai aso fou. Next Friday, the 31st of January, I le kalapu o le fia. Fia band we're playing as well?
Yes,
of
sir.
course, have to. Tickets are $10 pre-sale or $15 at the door. There's a raffle, there's everything.
There's
just
oka
go.
too.
There's oka, there's $5 oka. Like, who would want to not go? Shout out to the Usukini.
Yes.
Who's managing the sis TEINE HAMO, Molia Tula Whaanga Leusia Kini. As we wrap up, before we wrap up, as we do, I'll give you the opportunity. I kind of kicked it off with Kini, but any shout outs, any alofa-angas you want to make to friends and family? Yeah,
just shout out to my mum who flew all the way from Pango Pango just to catch the show.
Oh,
I know.
That's too cute, man.
I know.
Shout out to mum. Mums are the best, man.
She just showed up and she's like, I'm here. Basically, shout out to all my music friends, and shout out to my Tausala band. So I play in Tausala. If you got nothing on this weekend, head over to Tausala and watch me perform and do my thing.
Let's go.
But yeah, love you guys.
Thank you. You shout out to...
And shout out to Lanialo, because I'm a big fan. And he's too humble to...
I was going to say, do you want to... we have someone commenting on our live stream. Shout out to your favorite manager, Maima.
Oh, nah. Don't worry. I'm coming to work tomorrow. Don't worry.
Do you want to any shout outs to your family in terms of your just in case you get home and you get locked out?
I know.
Or no,
I'm trying to think. I don't want to go home. People like, man, shout out to my Chongni family.
Let's go.
My Woo-Ching family.
Let's go.
And shout out to my husband. I love you, babe.
Aw, cut it out. Yeah, stop it. Ole tatu whataloranga na male tu whine. Yeah, Louisa Woo-Ching, aka TEINE HAMO, joining us here on the 685 show this afternoon. Be sure to go check out the show Wild and Out of TEINE HAMO and Marina Davis happening next Friday. We will remind you next Thursday, but for now, wishing you all the best, sis. And looking forward to hearing more of your career and where it goes.
Thank you very much.
And I'm sure you'll be back on the show again very soon.